Anthony Harvey here with another Lakeview volleyball player profile. I'm joined by sophomore Maddie Bayus. Maddie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
And you are, like I said, a sophomore, but you come into this Lakeview program. It's an established, dominant program, and you guys haven't missed a beat this year, even though you're kind of young. You're only two seniors, a lot of sophomores stepping up. What's it been like this season, upholding the Lakeview tradition and upholding the Lakeview dominance?
You know, considering like we're so young, there's a lot of pressure to it, and we just want to do the best that we can to like the best of our ability for our coaches and for ourselves, and to show everybody what we can do against teams that are harder like with us.
A couple years ago when you were coming up in the program and you kind of saw what the varsity program was doing, how excited were you to kind of get to the varsity level and get started with your high school volleyball career?
Growing up, it was just insane. It was like, you're here now, but you're going to eventually get to that level. You're going to be able to compete like that. You're going to look like that. You're going to play on that court that they do. And it's just honorable to be able to have them look at you and say, like, they did it, you know?
And you can attest to this. Watching a program as a younger kid and watching how dominant it is, it just makes you want to be a part of it that much more, makes you work that much harder to uphold it. So talk about like that kind of mindset when you come into a program that you know is dominant, and the kind of standard of excellence is raised a little bit.
When you go into practice, you can't have the mindset like, I can't do this. You always have to think positive. You have to say, you're here for a reason, and you just have to get it done because there's others that are relying on you.
Now you're a libero. Are you done?
Yeah.
Keep going if you want. Okay. I'm sorry about that. You're a libero, and one of the things about liberos that I love is that they just kind of do their work in the shadows. You know, a lot of people don't understand what they are. Um, the digs aren't necessarily a stat that everyone kind of looks at because the swingers get all the love. What's it like being back there and kind of just being able to do your work kind of under the radar?
It's challenging, like more challenging than people think, because everyone's like, we don't score points, so no one looks at to us and is like, good job, like, but because it's like, you do your job, that's what you're there for. And so it's good knowing that the hitters score their points because of us. And it's great being back there and saying, I did this, I can dig the ball. And it's just rewarding knowing that they rely on you.
How many of your friends outside of volleyball have asked you what the heck a libero is and why you wear a different colored jersey?
There's so many. They're like, I'm like, yeah, I got this many digs and this many service teams. They're like, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds like a good job. And they're like, you're definitely the one with the colored jersey on. I'm like, yep, that's me.
What's the feeling like for you when someone on the other team kind of gets a really big swing and you're able to get under it and make that perfect pass? What's that feel like for you?
It is so exciting. That is my favorite part. Like, when they're a good hitter, our coach will talk them up and she'll be like, you got to watch for her. She goes cross a lot. She goes line a lot. You got to watch for tips. And when you get that and it's perfect, it's just amazing. You're like, I just dug that. It's so rewarding, and it goes right there, and it's just, I get so excited.
The other thing about liberos is they have to be a leader back in the back row. You can't avoid not being a leader. Even as a sophomore, you have to be a leader back there. What's that kind of been like, stepping into that role and making sure everyone's in the right positions and making sure they're taking their zones properly and everything that goes into being the leader that the libero has to be?
For me, there's a lot of pressure because I'm only a sophomore. See, I watch other liberos on different teams. I watched previous liberos for Lakeview, and I watch their every movement. I watch what they're looking at, and I'm like, there's just a lot of pressure. Like, you have to make sure you're in the right spot, and like in the back row, everyone looks on you. They're like, the ball's coming to you. So when everybody gets a bad pass, I'm like, hey, it's okay. Shake it off. Like, you're going to get this next one. It's going to be okay. You got to be a leader back there so no one gets down on themselves, because first ball contact is important and it's going to one of us. You just have to have the mindset that the ball is coming to me. I'm going to get it. You can't be scared of it.
I've asked a lot of coaches around the area what makes Lakeview so good. You know, why are they so different? And because when you watch you guys, you don't do anything flashy. You don't have someone with like 250 kills, but they just say you guys play as a unit and you guys play confidently. From your perspective, what's it like being a part of a program that doesn't do anything like super flashy? You know, you're not getting the 300 kills, but you're just doing everything the right way and you're playing with confidence. What's that like from your perspective?
It's amazing. Like, we're a young team. We're watching everybody who has more stats on us, more kills on us, height. Like, they have bigger blockers, bigger hitters, and we just overcome it. We have a mentally strong team, and that's all you really need. You just have to focus. You have to be mentally strong, and it's working pretty good for us.
Now, you guys, we're going to find out just how good Lakeview is this week because Coach Guthrie has made sure that you guys in the season tough. You got Crestview this week. Next week, you got Howland and Middle Ridge. How excited are you for these challenges and kind of having a measuring stick of where you guys at heading into the tournaments?
I'm very excited to play them and to see what our team truly holds, because we know they're good teams, and we know we get down on ourselves from time to time, but we're just like, pick it up, let's go. Like, we got it. We know what we can do. This isn't how we're playing. Like, we know how Lakeview volleyball can play, and sometimes we don't show it to its full potential. So these upcoming games are really going to test how we want others to see us, and to prove that we can do it and compete with them.
You guys are undefeated right now. You haven't lost a league game in over 2 years. And it's a good league, by the way. This year, you've had a couple scares. But what's it been like, even in those tough games, this kind of being dominant and trying to, you know, in Girard last week, you guys were down 2-0. I'm sure a lot of you, and it's a young team, a lot of you guys were probably thinking, hey, we have to really dig deep to get this one, and you guys did. I mean, you came back and you won that game in 5. What are those kind of games like for your morale and the dominance of Lakeview going forward?
It was scary. It was like, okay, what are we doing? Why are we doing this to ourselves? You know, we get down on ourselves. We're like, the first set, we think, you look at our faces and you would just think we lost the whole thing. And in reality, we only lost one set. So we're like, okay, guys, pick it up. We got it. We can do it. We know how we can play, and you just got to do it. There's a lot of pressure on us right now because we're undefeated, and we know everybody wants to come for us and beat us because of that. So it's like, you just have to know everybody's coming for you. And that's what it is. There's just a lot of pressure on us, and we're trying really hard.
If you had to kind of pick one thing in that Girard match where like you said, there's a lot of pressure on you guys are down 2-0. What was the turning point? Did someone step up as a leader and say, hey, let's go? Did a really big play happen to shift momentum? What do you think was the turning point of that match?
After set 2, we all came in the huddle and we were like, guys, we know what we can do. Coach Guthrie said, this isn't Lakeview volleyball. You guys are not playing like you should. You know you guys can do it. You just have to prove it. And then Anna was like, she said that basically like the same thing. We know how good of a team we are. all we have to do is come together as a unit and play together as one. Because when we play together, we're unstoppable. We're amazing.
I love that you brought up Anna, because you guys do only have 2 seniors, but I've already talked to them and they exude incredible leadership. What's it like kind of having those 2 seniors, and as a young team, you're still trying to do everything you can to help them succeed in their last year of volleyball?
Well, it's honestly amazing having them be our seniors, because they're showing us what to do. They're showing us what good leaders have, like what qualities we should have when we're seniors. And they're showing us just the ropes of everything. And Mara always says to me, she's like, Maddie, the pass is coming to you. You're good. Shake it off. So she's like kind of like my rock in doing that. She always encourages me. And so does Anna. She encourages the whole team. And both seniors just bring so much excitement to the team and make us want to be there and know our full potential.
Mario spends a lot of time with you in the back row. You guys both pass really well. What's that dynamic like? Because I'm sure both of you, because she brings the senior leadership, you bring the libero leadership that we talked about before. So having both of you back there, what's that dynamic like?
Me and Mara, we are good friends, like on and off the court. Like I consider her to be one of my best friends. And so our bond is just really good. And she always, in the back row, she's like, the ball's coming to you. She's like, Maddie, you got this. She's like, get this ball for me. And it's always fun, because even if we miss a pass, we all go together, and me and Mara were just like, hey, it's okay. You're going to get the next one. We're right here, you know?
One of the things I've asked your teammates about, the social media presence that you guys have on Instagram is the best I've seen from a volleyball team in the area. You guys do a great job building videos every game day. What kind of that's got to build some team energy to kind of put yourselves out there like that, and have such a strong social media. How'd that start, and then what does that do for you guys?
Last year, well, there have been other Instagram accounts, but last year we created, or our coach created, the actual Lakeview Bulldogs volleyball one. And so we would post pictures from games and being like, for a game day, she'd be like, hands up for game day. And it's like blocking. So it's like, it's nice knowing that she supports us and she's excited as us. And yeah.
You guys get kind of creative with those pre-game, game day TikTok videos, whatever you want to call them. What's been the favorite kind of pre-game TikTok or Instagram video that you've made so far this season?
I would say the one against Hubbard, because it showed JV playing and it showed some of us like diving on the floor, and Coach Guthrie and Coach Lytle would interact with us as well. It's just a lot of fun seeing everybody get together for like a video.
We've talked a little bit about Coach Guthrie, but just emphasize what it's like being under her and what kind of coach she is and how she's helped you grow, not just as a volleyball player, but also as a person.
Yeah, Coach Guthrie, she is a really good coach on and off the court. Like, she'll never set you up for failure. She always helps me with where to get the ball, how high to get the ball, where to stand outside the blocks, whose hand to watch, like if they're going to tip or roll. And she just helps us all around. And she always encourages me. Like, it's just comforting knowing that she's watching you, and it's nice trying to play how she wants you to play. It's like she has expectations for you, and sometimes you got to try and go above it.
A lot of things have changed other than volleyball for school, and the schooling is different. How have you handled the scholar athlete of the scholar athlete the scholar aspect of the scholar athlete that you are, and trying to keep up with your grades with all the changes with schooling at Lakeview?
It is a lot different this year, I will say. It's so weird. I usually just try and get as much done as I can on Mondays before game days. So I'll work from after one classes of Zoom, like one set, and then I'll do most of my assignments that are due like Tuesday, like on game days, so that I won't have to do them after game because I'm usually tired. So then I'll have to do other ones like Wednesday, but I usually try and get everything done as soon as I can.
What's your favorite class so far in your high school career?
I would say I probably math. I liked math a lot, but just it's harder.
I gotta ask everyone that answers math. I have to ask this because everyone I talk to, if they're good at math, they're not so good at English. Are you one of those people that, you're good with math and then you struggle a little bit with the English side of things?
100%. I cannot do English to save my life.
It's a thing. It's a pattern. And what teachers so far? I know you've only been in high school for 2 years, but what teachers have kind of impacted you throughout your high school so far?
Like this year,
Any year. If you want to go back last year, you do it.
if I can remember the teachers from last year. It's
Better
a
hope
long.
your freshman teachers don't hear that.
I know. I would probably say Mr. Pav. I liked Mr. Pav a lot. He taught me a lot about history. And Mr. Brown, he got me liking science a little more because I do not like science. I don't really enjoy it. But that's about it,
And with all these player profiles, we like to give the player the chance to kind of thank their support staff and the people that have been there for them throughout their volleyball career. So with that, I want to just give you the chance to thank whoever it is you would like to thank at this time.
I would like to thank my grandparents for always coming to my games, previous coaches throughout the year, Coach McDivitt, Coach Sternberger. Obviously my coaches now, Coach Guthrie, Coach Lytle. They've taught me everything I've known to get to where I am now, on and off the court. And I would especially like to thank my dad, who's always been there for me through the journey through 7th grade up till now. And he's just always there for me.
Maddie, before we let you go, we like to end the interviews with a fun question. And, we ask everyone this. It's the one we like because quarantine kept us in the house for a while in the heavy months of it. So what was your favorite quarantine activity?
I obviously liked watching Netflix because who doesn't like watching Netflix? And I started painting a little bit.
Painting. That's a unique one. What kind of things did you paint?
I painted my door. So I did like the tape thing where it's like triangles and then you take the paint off. But instead I did like different designs in each one.
There
So
you
it took,
go.
but
There you go. There you go. That's awesome. What was your favorite Netflix show to binge?
oh, Grey's Anatomy.
That'll get you through the quarantine. It's got like 15 seasons.
Oh, it did. Trust me.
Maddie, thank you so much for joining us today and letting us get to know you a little bit. It was a great to catch up, and I know we're going to talk to you again real soon because you got 2 more years of volleyball. So, well, we look forward to seeing what you do in the future. Good luck on Wednesday, and we'll talk again real soon.
Okay, thank you so much.